Hello guys, it's Dmitry again, and in this video I would like to talk about another topic, and essentially it's still going to be related to maps, but it's more like related to maps and like with the aspect that maps they are iteratable. So anyway, I'm going to talk about loops and how we can loop through through maps. Okay, let's jump into that. So I still have this like code from previous tutorial where I'm creating map, and I'm creating like three three properties for this map, three keys, three values. So now what I would like to do, because you remember map, it's you can iterate from map, right? Through each element you can grab each element. So which is pretty cool, guys. I would like to start from one of the loops, like one of the loop types. So there are many different loops, right? All type of loops. So I would like to start from so-called how we call it. Yeah, we call it for each. Yeah, exactly. That's how we call it. Okay, let's move on. Map dot for each. So guys, and here remember we have key, we have value, and yeah, let's just define. It's going to be first it's going to be key, I believe. Wait, yeah, value, sorry, value. And the second one, the second parameter we should define, it's a key, and it's a callback essentially. What I'm saying is a callback, like as you can see, it's like a function inside of function, right? Or essentially this one is like a method, right? Because it's like it's one of the properties of this map, right? So and then we're calling inside of this method we're calling this function, and in this case this function we can call it a callback. That's how they call it in JavaScript. So alright, we're passing value and key, and when I say value and key, it's like for all like these properties of this map, we're going to pass one by one value and key. So, and now for instance I would like to just log out them, right? Let's log them out. So I would like to use template literal. Value and so sorry, let's just change it. So let's run it. So guys, you can see, right? First name Dmitry and so on, so on. So you can see that that's essentially how you iterate, which is pretty cool, right? So essentially you can do whatever, right? You can, I don't know, you just can can modify this data, right? You can say key plus, I don't know, whatever you can say. I don't know, Dmitry do or whatever. So and if you so you can see, right, instead of first name it's now first name do and so on, so on. So you just modify this data, right? And that's how you modify it individually, like each or as a scope, or like all the parameters, or all the parameters. sorry, not parameters, but all the keys or values of this map. Yeah. So guys, now let's move on to another. Oh, by the way, obviously you can just, you can just path just value without key. So, and you can do the same essentially, right? If you do that, and then if you run it, so you can see just values, right? If you just need values, iterate through values. So another type of looping, it's another loop type. It's called for off. That's how they call it. Let's define for, and then important thing to understand, I'm going to say, for instance, value of map dot values. So guys, what it's all about essentially, it's kind of saying let's iterate through all the values of this map, and let's work with each of this value, right? And now I can do whatever. I can log them out, for instance, and I would like to say each, not each, I guess, yeah, just let's just log out just values, right? Why not? So, and if you're doing that, then we got Dmitry key, right? Cool. So that's how you're doing stuff. And then you can essentially do the same for keys. And you define key, and here you define key. And if you're doing that, then you come up with the keys, right? And in order to do that for both key and value, you can do that. In this case, you use so-called entries. And now you can say, I don't know, like key. Again, you can use template literals, and you can say key and actual value, and let's run it. So, and that's how you're doing this stuff, right? So see, in order like to work with both of them, value and key, you have to define like a array. And again, what it allows you to do, it allows you to path or to iterate through like every line of this map, which contains like actual key and the corresponding value, if it makes sense. So, and yeah, that's how you're doing that. And remember guys, like I mentioned just a couple of them, but like for sure it's more to that, right? And later on I'm going to discuss, probably there are some tricks and tips, like how, like all the best practices, like which type of loops is better to use and so on. But I think, for off loop it's okay. Like I totally get it, and I use it on a daily basis. And yeah, and also like for each you can also use it. I think it's even shorter, right? The way like you have to type, and shorter I guess is better from my perspective. And again, like it's for each, right? Then callback, then value and key, and so on, right? So I think this approach is even shorter. So Probably I would prefer like that approach, but again, this one is totally fun and legitimate. So guys, I hope you get it, and just yeah, feel free to use these loops, you know, if you decide to stick with maps or if you would like to work with maps. It's totally, I mean, that's how you're doing the actual stuff, right? That's how you, like, if you would like to iterate. Yeah. And yeah, thank you very much guys for watching. Please subscribe, please like this tutorial, and